5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. OG's turn to ban. Radiant team ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. OG's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
I speak for the trees.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. OG's turn to Radiant pick. Team ban.
Sack.
OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Welcome back, guys, as we swing ourselves into game number 3. It's been quick. It's been easy for OG so far. 2-0 in the lead in this best of 5. Thank you. Thank you. I'm a mess. This guy is keeping me in shape. This guy, Lacoste, he's the brains of the operation. I don't know what I am, but if he's the brains, it doesn't look good for me.
I'm definitely not a muscle.
Neither am I. I'm all fat. We'll move into the draft, shall we? OG Kinguin, game 3. 2-0 lead for OG in a best of 5, as things have looked good for OG. They haven't been superbly crisp. A few little, mishaps along the way. Kinguin did have a decent attempt at a comeback in game 1. Game 2 seemed much more straightforward for OG. And yet again, they are focusing the Lone Druid earlier and earlier in this drafting phase, aren't they?
Yeah, they are either picking or banning Lone Druid every single time, and they're banning Broodmother in the second stage. They don't want to get cheesed, so probably they're not going to pick any heroes that are good against the Broodmother as well, and Nisha plays it well. Also, they banned the Vengeful Spirit every single game, because that's what Elisage plays, and kind of a snowball hero. You lose a fight with the Aura, you lose 1, maybe even 2 set of Raxes.
Yeah, things get a bit crazy. So game 1 and game 2, OG won all 3 lanes in both games, it felt
Yes.
like. And again, banning this Lone Druid and Broodmother really does play into that. How as Kinguin here, do you come back from that kind of mentality where you're thinking, no matter what we draft, no matter what we do, Fly and Jirax, their roaming around is so potent that we can't get any kind of advantage in this early laning stage?
So this is sanking on the off lane if they don't decide to run Rubik mid, which is all right. It's been done from time to time, mostly from those flashy players that are around 12-13k MMR.
Miracle. Dendy used to do it, but doesn't have as fast fingers anymore. He's getting old.
I would disagree. Dendy's not even old, man. I'm older than Dendy. Couple of... What am I? A postal?
Yeah.
Shaker.
Earthshaker. Jirax hero, I assume? Could be an S4 hero.
Could be Mad's hero. He plays Earthshaker mid. Seen him a couple of times.
Hell yeah.
10 seconds.
I don't like the Rubik and AA when they're picked together as 4 and 5. You like that 5? The timer was as well. So
You're not meant to point this out.
so because you kind of lack disable, but when you pick Sanking as well, then you have that reliable stun, and Sanking and Rubik paired up together are really good. One of the games where you pretty much keep the Rubik aura defensively against the Lash and Earthshaker. Yes, you can toggle it, but most of the players don't do it.
Well, that seems like a decent answer now.
Yeah, this tri lane is super strong. We're gonna probably have Sanking in 1 versus 1 scenario and run aggressive tri with Luna, Rubik, and AA. The amount of the damage that they have with the Lunar Blessing, Chilling Touch, and damage reduction from Fade Bolt
5 seconds remaining.
just doubles their damage.
Pretty insane, isn't it? And Luna, of course, a very strong teamfight hero with that Eclipse. Treants from Prophet can get in the way and be a bit annoying. I like the way that Kinguin are adjusting. They're saying, hey, we're at least going to win one of these lanes. We're going to make damn sure that we get some kind of advantage out of this laning stage. And, you know, after game 2, I was looking at the draft and thinking, talking to you about how Lone Druid has progressively become unavailable for Kinguin. And I was wondering about the Troll Warlord, but it looks like no Troll this game, unfortunately. But that has been something that Kinguin have run with some pretty good success recently.
If they want to have a hero to face the tri lane, Gyro is a good option. But maybe they just want to dodge. I don't think they can fight with Lycan, Earthshaker, and Nature's Prophet, but a lot of summons, and they have a ton of tower damage with the Lash Edict as well. Good vision game from Prophet, Lycan as well.
And then you have that shapeshift. Luna, very similar to Gyrocopter in the fact that, yes, she does great physical and magic damage in AoE, but if she has that enemy that gap closes her, gets up in her face, she can struggle. Lycan brings that to the table.
Yeah, also we have synergy with the Lycan once he uses Howl. The position 5 Nature's Prophet split way better.
Oh, the Treants, yeah.
Yes.
And Luna pops Eclipse, Lycan. He loves the nighttime. You do have that. A bit of HP to deal with the Eclipse from Luna, which is pretty handy. Final bans coming out, and I guess we assume the roles here as Leshrac S4, No-Tail, Lycan, Jirax, Earthshaker, Nature's Prophet for Fly. So again, it feels like they're last picking Seb's hero a lot in these drafts, and it's pretty open as the Lina removed again. Well, not again, but it's removed this time as Kinguin did face up against Seb's Lina in the previous one. While it feels like both teams want to final pick.
Oh, this could be a good Timbersaw game for Kinguin. No burst damage. If he just buys Hood against all these heroes, he can easily shred through them. That would be a good ban from OG.
Let's see what they go towards. I guess the trouble is if you pick Timber, OD could be here, and that's one of the heroes that Seb plays a lot in his pub games. You know, you turn on his stream, he's playing OD. I guarantee you now he'll be playing OD. Could be something that comes out from OG.
Yeah, but Kinguin has the last pick.
They sure do. Sure do. AA, Rubik, Sanking. You've already mentioned the kind of pos 5, 4, and 3, respectively. Pos 1, Luna. I'll look to play that aggro try. As OG, probably just go for the dual lanes here. Need that nice self-sustaining midder. I've got to pause the music, but it has been muted, fortunately. Taking their time on this one. Taking their sweet time.
Turn to pick.
Well, they didn't struggle against the Tiny in the previous games, but maybe feeling there with a potential role swap that could get annoying. Speaking of annoying, Lacoste, what is this?
This hero, a lot of synergy with Lycan as well. They're again looking for a really quick game. I still think Timbersaw should do fine, especially in the mid lane against the Visage. He's not
5 seconds remaining.
right clicks, has a Quelling Blade, a lot of sustain.
Grave Shield doesn't affect him.
Yes.
It's a gyro.
Oh, that's a different hero with against all these summons. You have this Flak Cannon to attack everyone at once. So
Very rarely
really good pickup, but I would prefer to have a Timbersaw. This could be an ideal Timbersaw.
You very rarely see Gyro and Luna together, right? Because they are very similar heroes in the way they function. But I guess if you're looking at Lycan, you know, speaking again about that kind of shapeshift gap close, you can only go on one of them. So they will always have that secondary hero to be able to kind of deal with those waves of summons and creeps coming in.
This is the best lineup that Kinguin had in all of 3 games. I'm not sure what the Dota Plus says, but I would give them 40% based on the lineup.
Is it fast-paced enough, though? That's what I want to know.
Well, they have AA, Sanking, Rubik, and Gyro who come online quickly, and both of the cores, Gyro and Luna, once they hit level 6, they become so much stronger.
There, they can bring their ultis to the team fights. OG, Fly Visage. So we've got the Seb, Lycan, and No Tail on the Prophet. Swapping things around a little bit there, so it's not going to be that core Visage that, you know, both of us kind of expected coming out. Going to be the Fly hero instead.
Maybe they still swap. But Fly played the Visage back in the days, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely. He was one of the few players still playing it like a year ago when the hero just like didn't exist anymore. He'd pull it out from time to time. I think Kiev Major or Boston Major, you know, one of those previous still Valve hosted majors. OG was still bringing out the Visage from time to time. But here we go. Game number 3. Kinguin down 2 games. And they need a new lease of life, a breath of fresh air in this draft. Yeah, you mentioned you feel like they've got a good chance in this one. Green line across the middle says that it is 50-50 between the 2 sides. Katso and El Sash heading up towards top. 1 observer board between them. Exotic Deer is going to join them again. You mentioned the aggro tri lane. That's what they're pulling out. Nisha mid Gyro. And Patos looking for a 1v1 if he can have it. But I think OG potentially looking to just dodge these lanes out.
Someone give Jarex a tango. Like, he looks way scarier when he has a shared tango. Come on.
Where's his P?
S4.
Needs a little... Give him a P.
And this is the most defensive build that I've ever seen on Luna. 2 flasks, 6 tangos, and 2 fairy fires.
Does she need any more regen?
Wow, they really want to play aggressive with these 3. They have Patos against Nature's Prophet on the bottom lane. Like, you can't kill Nature's Prophet, and he's gonna get harassed a lot. The Sanking will get harassed a lot.
Oh, look at these body blocks. No way. Are you fucking kidding me? What?
Affirmative.
I'd be pissed.
I would stun.
Yeah, true. But in that moment, you're just like, this guy's a god. No Tail, absolutely beyond belief how he gets that done. TP's up towards top, and with Fly here and Jirax off to the side, they're gonna meet Tri v Tri. So that leaves 1v1 S4 against Patos Sanking. Mid is the Seb, Lycan, Nisha, Gyro. But we're going to ignore the mid and the bottom lane because top lane, the lift up, the chilling touch, but the fish are there to block them out, and Katsor is blocked in. The damage done, and first blood goes to Fly. OG off to a cracking start once again.
Last time I saw Visage in the tri lane was probably during 648B. Sven Lina Visage, that's when tri lane was invented by Chinese team. Can't remember which one, but it was during ESWC in Paris.
Was it eHome?
Could be eHome.
Feels like eHome.
I think it could be eHome.
That's the name that comes to mind anyway when I think back to ESWC. But
Soul Assumption is so good in 3 versus 3 because you get a lot of these. I don't even know what it's called. Charges, trash hold,
dumpsters, you know, whatever you want to call them. The funny thing is, we were talking about this the other day, right? The fact that AA has kind of taken the place as that king of the tri-lane with chilling touch builds. And OG starting to prove that, you know, maybe we'd forgotten or maybe we underestimated the Visage a little bit.
But it's so costly. Look at this.
True.
170 mana. That's just way too much. It's 4-second cooldown, so you can use it twice.
But it is a very expensive spell. So Jirax gets a nice little D-ward done. Looking to collect up these bounty runes as 2 minutes hits. Looks like they'll get both of them, no problem there whatsoever. How are the other lanes going, though? 5-0 for the Sand King as S4's Lashrak 8 and 7. Patos having a bit of a struggle down in the bottom lane as Seb currently sitting 7 and 1. Gyro doing perfectly fine in the mid as he has that slight lead over the Lycan. We'll swing back up towards top. Lucent Beam kills off the Treant. Get rid of these nasty little buggers as No Tail still playing pretty forward here, just harassing back Elasash and Katsor, making sure that they can't take over this area here, because once the two supports get into these trees or this area here where they're pinging out, they can start swiping in from the side, but they can also have access to the pull spot and try and contest this.
Yeah. I always get mad when I see a Lycan and 3 versus 3 on the other lane, and Lycans never get howls. Like, this could be so valuable, especially during the nighttime.
Yeah, it is kind of weird, right? Like 2 points up in Wolves, the Wolves are likely to die.
It doesn't matter that much at the early stages, but 1 point in Howl, it's not mana costly, 40 mana only.
Definitely could get the job done. And Jirax again throwing out these fishers to stop the nuisance. Katsor and Elasash trying to steal out creeps from this little pull across. A nice deny there from the AA, actually secured from the low ground.
Oh, and he even gets the last hit with the Fade Bolt.
Oh,
so they should know that they have a ward.
Very sneaky.
But do they?
They don't. They just had residual vision from that one range creep, I guess. Being over and across. Well, now the Radiant supports, they get a little bit of room to play with, so they can start playing across, they can start playing up. No Tail goes home and comes back to the lane with a bracer. Moves forward onto Exotic Deer as Jirax just trying to hold that line of vision, make sure he sees where the AA and where the Rubik are coming from. But nighttime has hit. And this could be a decent position for the Radiant to make something happen.
Yeah, they have a better vision because of the Lunar Blessing. Lash also has a night vision, if I'm not mistaken. He should be one of the heroes that has improved the night vision. Same goes for Lycan.
Yeah, I always forget because they changed it like a year ago where a bunch of them had it removed. Because Batrider used to be awful at night, right? With like 600 night vision and like 1400 day vision or something. And then Luna's got taken away and added into the Lunar Blessing because it used to be a natural for her. I think Slark was another one.
Yeah, so Batrider, Bounty, Luna with her aura. Lycan, Night Stalker, Slardar, Slark, Sniper, Spirit Breaker, and Winter Wyvern, who uses Arc of Burn.
Oh, and they have talents as well, Spirit Breaker and Wyvern, right? They have the night vision talents, like plus 600 or some silly number like that. They're always fun. But yeah, that's one of the kind of mechanics or weird features of Dota that, you know, is often forgotten, is that heroes do have different vision values, as Elasash. Fly doesn't get the Soul Assumption off quite yet. Trying to do a bit more damage in, but they've changed targets. Exotic Deer being burnt down. Cold Feet onto No Tail holds them back for now. As Katsor unavailable. Not quite getting into the battle there. Well, they're holding their own in top lane. Profit 20 and 14. Luna still farming at 19 and 2, but it's not free farm by any means. As the Gyro continues that lead over the Lycan in the mid. Definitely looking towards the Gyro for that level 6 or 7 rotation, but they'll move in. No tail. Cold Feet should snap. Sprout is there. But finally, Kinguin get themselves on the board.
Yeah, once they initiate the fight, okay, another Lucent Beam, that's going to be a death of Jerax. It's hard if they try to go on a hero. During the nighttime, as I mentioned, the Lunar Blessing Vision. I see more when Lunas are in 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3 scenarios. They sometimes get Lunar Blessing level 2 on level 3, or they just get it on level 4. They just skip 1 point of Moonglaze just for the extra damage output, because it scales well. 8 damage per right click.
It's paying off, isn't it? That Chilling Touch. With that 1 point in Lunar Blessing, I mean, the Glaive's not really doing too much like you're mentioning there, but they still get the kill as Nisha has made a rotation. Level 7 hits, comes on in, and takes down Fly. S4 has killed off Pathos in the bottom lane as we're watching top, but here's the Sprout. Nisha caught, Treant's out. Fairy Fire to save his life, and turns with a flat cannon to bring down the Treants one by one. And no one else entering the arena here. So Kinguin, they're all very low on regen. Will have to fall back, but you know what they've got? The cost is a big shrine there for all 4 of them to regen up nicely.
Oh, 4-man shower. That always feels nice. Just don't drop the soap.
No matter how many times you make that same joke.
It never gets old.
It never gets old. It never gets old. So
whenever I see probably 4 people on the shrine, I even made a meme out of it.
That's what you think of, is 4 men.
Did you check my Twitter? You didn't even...
Today?
You even follow me, Gary.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I posted a great picture of 4-man shrine. You should check it.
Okay, I will. I'll go and retweet it as well. Nisha, while we're talking nonsense, oh dear, Elisash has TP'd in. The Cold Feet, Seb runs back into the AA after taking the Cold Feet off, and it looks like the poor little AA hit and crit down, chasing Capsor now as Jirax lines up the Fisher, blocks off the Rubik's retreat, but without the shapeshift. And no real chase potential or damage output from OG to finish it off. The one lane that we haven't really looked at, though, is bottom lane. S4, Arcane's Null Bottle, 41 and 12. The same CS pretty much as the Gyrocopter in the mid, while Sand King down at 32 and 1.
Oh, look at him just spamming Luna.
And Exocta is dead. The TP from this no-tail Prophet, with that Wrath of Nature, significant amounts of damage. I've even got a nice little bounty rune there. S4, Bottle Jirax. Jirax? Hello? Your Leshrac has a bottle. Okay, he takes 1 bounty rune. And lets Leshrac take the other one.
And he didn't even use the bottle on him because he was probably mad. You should not steal the rune from me.
How dare you? Do we have Edict? We do. Level 2, in fact. As they move on to that tier 1 down the bottom lane. But OG, we didn't really kind of look at the... No, we talked about it in passing, but the timing that they're looking for, right? They've got Helm on the Lycan, they'll move into Necro, they've got Edict on Leshrac, they'll have level 6 on the Visage soon. And with Prophet and those Treants going to... Oh, is Nisha dead? That's a lot of damage coming through. Shapeshift not up for 25, so it looks like the Gyro with that 1 cooldown will manage to deter the Lycan from going any further.
And the Lycan healing is so ridiculous. 22 per second.
Yeah, with Helm and Feral Impulse.
Root, he got ensnared.
Yeah, the Dark Troll is there. Pathos with an Epicenter tries to turn his back onto No-Tail. It's a good amount of damage. As he does pop from the Caustic, Seb with Shapeshift ready could go and run towards Nisha here as he charges forward with the Wolves. S4 is slaying people elsewhere, but we'll keep our eyes on mid as a Gyrocopter swipe down. Lycan onto Elisash. The TP is coming through thick and fast. Capsule arrives, but Lycan sprinting away on all 4s. Gets back to the nice, warm, cozy, cuddly time of Earthshaker there as the Wolves and the Hellbear take down the AA.
Good micro from Seb. Goes in aggressively. Yeah, this Rubik is only level 4, 10 minutes in. They don't really have a kill potential. Another clap.
Well, this Fisher's going to secure it as well. Jirax with the Enchant Totem slap, and down he goes. But yeah, back to the kind of timing here from OG. They're almost there. They're almost hitting it. And once they start pushing, into these objectives, once they start moving around the map as a pack, how does Kinguin deal with it?
They're gonna need to use Sanking, who's really farmed on their team. He's on top of net worth, getting closer to the Blink Dagger, 800 gold away. They're gonna need to get that and start playing aggressively, play maybe around the Gyro, has a cooldown ready.
Try and defend the towers as 5 themselves. I mean, AA should be getting that Ice Blast as soon as possible. Definitely one of the big tools there that the Radiant team has to play around with. But hero levels, I mean, my goodness. Lycan Leshrac, level 10. Gyro Sanking, level 9. Luna is level 6 at 11 minutes.
And Visage is level 7, and he bought the Tome, so he's gonna be almost level 9 from that. Because Earthshaker doesn't really need the Tome, even though he has the birds. Other cores can go to jungle. Nature's Prophet, Lycan, which leaves a lot of XP to the supports. See, when he uses Tome, yeah, almost level 9. And that's a full medallion. We never mentioned Grave Chill, especially when the cores don't have a BKB or when the BKBs are on cooldown. That lasts so long, 7-second duration, attack and movement speed.
Yeah. It's pretty huge. And here, right here, this is what we were talking about, guys. Tier 1, see ya, buddy.
Yeah, welcome to the zoo. The ticket for the kids is $5.
$2 if you buy Kellogg's Cornflakes and get the little ticket at the back of that. Nisha moving in onto Seb. Fisher lined up. Hits the gyro. The homing missile will land, but the cooldown did not. They do have the vortex there to follow through as Seb will finally die, but Kinguin in an awkward position. That observer ward scouted by the Wolves. Nisha TP successful as Leshrac doesn't quite get in on top of him fast enough, but they find the AA at the very least with a few nice body blocks from the Wolfie. S4 up to a dominating streak now. Top of the net worth as well, closing in on 6,000. Leshrac having an absolutely wonderful game. And then Fly with a medallion. OG could start thinking about Roshan soon. The trouble is, No-Tail, he's being eyed up. They'll move in on him. Epicenter there, and I think No-Tail is dead. Should be able to clear up the treants at the same time. Throws out the Wrath of Nature as Exotic Deer, half HP. Is Lycan going to go for this? Seb is sprinting in. TP quickly for Luna. Do you have the damage? Not quite. Patos does Burrow Strike, and that Fisher not quite in time.
They're smoked. They want to play. They have Gyro level 10 with drums. AA is level 6 finally, so they have that global presence.
And where's this smoke going? Pinging high ground. Jirax, 750 from his blink. We've already seen the Sand King get some good utilization out of the blink that he's picked up for himself. Killing the Earthshaker here seems like a decent pick-off if you delay that Blink Dagger, but he's got Echo Slam. Scouted out by the Obs Ward. Cold Feet. Okay, the damage is just way too much. Jirax pings out and says there's a ward there. They're right, yeah.
There, exactly. Top lane Lash is gonna kill Katsor, who's kind of out of position, way too greedy, trying to make something happen, outpush the lanes, but way too deep.
No 15-minute blink for him this time around.
Nope.
He's struggling to get arcane boots even.
Warcraft 3 surround, classic with the wolves, and the Centaur didn't even need the hero to kill him.
Remember when mid lane used to be different and Shadow Demon was the top pick?
Yeah.
And you'd always have this area here where you'd block them in with it. Yeah, I miss that. It was so cool. Oh well. Doesn't really happen anymore too often. Shadow Demon not really a big pick, but there's so many cool things you can do in this game, honestly. The depth of Dota 2, guys. Top lane treants up onto the tier 2. Big Daddy with drums into BKB.
I love the build. Most of the Furians go for a greedy build, but he wants to be able to survive. And this gives you tank in it, it gives you damage, and everything they have so far is magical.
Again, for me, that feels like, you know, No-Tail is very, very aware of that kind of convergence of the rest of his heroes, right? They're synchronizing together. They'll have Necro 2 or Necro 3. They'll have BKB on Prophet.
Yeah, most of the players think, especially the Pawans, I need the Bloodthorn to silence the solo.
Or a Shadow Blade to run away and hide. A big Eclipse from Exotic Deer. Clears up Fly. That is the only kill they'll get right now, but a 2-man Burrow Strike into the Ice Blast as well. They'll clear up the Earthshaker with no Echo Slam. Nothing cast. OG caught pants down trying to contest the ancient stacks, but they will lose everything.
Great positioning from Kinguin. They were sitting on a high ground and they have good zoning tools. Big epicenter, AA blast, and eclipse. A lot of magical damage, so I expect someone to build a pipe. Yeah, Visage is buying hood. He should upgrade it to the pipe right after.
Roshan still an objective here that OG can go for. Seb trying to get into his Necro too. Jirac still 700 gold away from that blink. Needs a bit more farm time.
Also, he needs levels now. He didn't get the tome, which is alright, but he didn't get any of the kills. Before the fight starts, he dies, so he's still level 6, and with the level 1 Aftershock, the ulti just doesn't deal that much damage.
True.
Yes, you're playing position for Earthshaker, so you want to max out Fisher or just get it to level 3 and then get the Aftershock because you're not getting levels fast enough.
Hey, I mean, he's like pos 5 this game, right? Level 10 on Fly. This Visage is racing away. And how does the Visage compare to the other supports? Level 11 Visage, level 9 Rubik, 7 AA. Nature's Wrath thrown out. Just trying to push these lanes a little bit here as the tier 1 top grabbed by Exotic Deer. Fly just jungling, trying to get that hood complete. Looks very close to it. No tail, back in the jungle. And it seems like they want to slow things down a little bit here. Try and get these key items before their next big excursion out onto the map. Go on a bit of a family holiday towards the tier 2s and Roshan.
Even Seb has a pipe queued up. So that's a similar concept of what 33 does when he plays Broodmother. He gets Helm of the Dominator and gets pipe after that. First he gets Medallion, of course. So he can siege the towers. Pop all the... Right now they're gonna pop the Necronomicon, the extra creep they have, and use a pipe.
Well, Fly not going to abuse the Visage just yet. I'm pretty. They haven't fixed it, I'm pretty sure, but there's still a place that you can have your birds on the little cliff there, or whatever you want to call it. There used to be a spot up here. I don't know if that still exists, but you can solo Roshan with just birds. As he gets stuck here and can't attack them. And I think we've seen one of the Turkish teams exploit that little funkiness in Dota 2. But Fly, honourable gentleman, not doing any cheesy stuff, keeping his birds close, keeping them tight and safe.
So now it's go time. Earthshaker bought the Blink Dagger and they needed someone to buy a smoke because he's broke right now, so...
Oh.
A real bro.
This is going to be big. Smoke into smoke, but Epicenter going to come first. Blink, Borrow onto Seb. With the Ice Blast there, the Lycan's gone. Well, Shrek coming into TP, but the Familiars, one of them drops, the other dies. It's tier 1 middle lane belongs to Kinguin here with the glyph popped. OG, they're setting up. They're looking to fight. Jirac's with that Blink Dagger you mentioned. Level 3 Aftershock up now. Oh, he's got a big target here. There's a load of them in a creep wave, but he's not going to go. The Fisher. Here we have it. Jirac's in. 2-man. Echo Slam. Patos. Blink Burrow into the back end as Jirac's burnt down, but Katsor is gone. Sand King retreating away. Familiar follows with a quick stun. It'll annoy Patos Sand King, but shouldn't get the job done.
Great counter initiation from Sand King in the back lines. Just lower the casualties. Only Rubik died.
That could quite easily have been Gyro as well, right? If that Sand King hadn't stopped OG from transferring their targets from Rubik to Gyro. So Nisha going to be very thankful there the Sand King was around. As Gyro, top of the net worth now. For the first time, it's King.
Oh, he snipes him.
In Fountain as well. Ella Sash, hello. Goes for the 10% spell amp as well. Please tell me he's going Kaya.
He's poor. That's a...
I don't care.
That's a poor man's axe.
He's got 900 gold saved up. Staff of Wizardry is coming. I'm telling you now. It's something with...
It's good. These two combined.
No!
So, right-click on Earn and click Sell.
Remove it from your inventory, Elasash. Look, just drag it there to the bald man. Katsor. Oh, dearie me. Purge Creep slows him. Lycan shape-shifting forward, and that's just quick and easy. Quick and easy. And a Fisher on Luna. Oh, hello. They've caught Exotic Deer. Do they have the follow-through, though? Familiar's chasing forward. Luna in trouble. Sprout doesn't land.
Need the vision.
And it's one hit from the Prophet here. As the Familiar does catch in with that nice little dunk stun down. And Luna dead for 43. Sand King, Blink Burrow with a cold feet, S4. And with Aegis and 16 Bloodstone charges, really doesn't care too much about that initiation.
They're gonna have a hard time dealing with this push. They can even siege your base once they get the tier 2 towers. Just go for the split. Let's say Lycan on the one side and the rest on the other one. Just force them to use either Sand King ulti or Gyro Flak Cannon, and after that they can easily take a fight.
Luna does feel like she needs a bit more build-up time. Hurricane Pike is done, BKB on the way, but in comes the Blink Epicenter onto Fly. Well, Shrek looking to maybe continue this fight, but left alone to his own devices. He's 1 versus 3. Make that 4 or 5 as the rest of Kinguin come in, but S4, cold feet with the extra damage there, does finish him off. The TP BKB. No tail, in onto Rubik, takes him out. Elisage low, and the Fisher will deal a big blow there to the Ancient Apparition as Jirax doesn't get the enchant totem done, but they still find the kill.
This is the early power of the early BKB on Nature's Prophet.
For sure.
The keep is in 4 heroes, and they can't do anything about it. They need to run away.
And
I love No-Tail, man. He understands the item build. Sometimes it looks stupid, but I love what he says. If it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid.
Absolutely. Well, here comes the Gyro BKB, trying to pay off here as Lashrax denies. Fires up a Yule Scepter for himself. Seb retreats with a homing missile chasing him. Jirax still lurking around. Goes for a quick TP back home as OG disengaged from that nastiness. So 11 charges now over on S4, as that Aegis obviously had been popped before. Kinguin being sent back to their base, being held in, bunkered down. Vision, oh, not given. They couldn't get the lift or the Lucent Beam onto Prophet as he TPs out. Nisha down towards bottom lane. What happened there?
They were just way too aggressive. OG, the way they play right now. They have this global presence from the Furion, a lot of vision from Treants, birds, wolves, you name it. Just say random animal, like guinea pig.
Capybara.
I don't even know what that is.
That's a
seahorse.
That's a South American big guinea pig. It's like the size of a dog.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I
They live in the
know
swamps.
what's it called in English.
Okay.
Just a swamp pig. That's
Swamp pig. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. Swamp pig. Just like, you know, Trash Panda is a raccoon. A Nope Rope is a snake.
Nope rope.
Nope Rope.
Got any more of those, Gary?
Not right now. No, I've lost track. I'm sure there's one for every animal out there. But you pretty much just add doggo to the end of something, you know.
The most anti-racist animal.
The most anti-racist animal.
Yeah, panda is
Black and white.
Black and white and Chinese. Yeah.
Oh, dearie me. Oh, no tail. Shadowblade moving into Nullifier now. So he's starting to build up some damage on the Prophet after the BKB. But I'm pretty sure OG here, they're just trying to kind of weather the next few minutes, keep the lanes shoved out, continue farming. They know they're ahead. They just want to try and keep ahead. As this game, it's all but in the bag as long as they can secure the next Roshan. Like, next Roshan with Aegis and Cheese here for OG, I feel like the game kind of just ends. Whereas Kinguin, they're the ones that have to do the hard work. They've got to get their hands dirty, they have to smoke, they have to find pickoffs, ganks. But I think most importantly, for the first time in this series, they have to get themselves in a position where they can actually fight around a tier 2 or around a Roshan. They need to get lanes pushed out, but they just keep struggling at doing that.
That's the problem when you have this kind of a lineup and you're stuck in your own base. You have no vision, and if you want to make a move, you need to smoke. And if you're out of smokes, you're just not gonna win this kind of a game because you're stuck. Yeah, this happens. You're stuck in your own base and you're gonna get out farmed.
And that is exactly what's happening. Luna, sub 10k, Sand King. He's had a decent game. Blink, Force, and Yules here for Patos. Still, though, looking pretty rough as Lashrak moving into a BKB of his own after the Bloodstone Yules. Lycan, same story. Pipe and BKB for Seb going to be coming out as the fight starting to kick off. Lashrak has been caught here. A lot of damage thrown his way, but the Eclipse not doing anything. Exotic Deer is having to deal with all of these summons, and the Lycan comes in and runs out. Easy one-for-one trade, but the thing is, the Bloodstone charges from S4 means he's alive in 5 seconds time.
Does he have BOTs? No, no
doesn't.
gold. Maybe if he sells the bottle and the teleport, he's gonna have enough. Yeah, he's doing it, man.
Come back into the fight.
Yes.
He doesn't sell the bottle for now, but he's 7 gold away. This Epicenter trying to bring down Fly, but he's so tanky with the Gravekeeper's Cloak and the Blink Echo. Jirax in on top of them. Kinguin, 3 heroes down, it looks like, as the Luna buys back, but there's nothing left in the tank. No Eclipse, no cooldown, no tier 3 and no barracks. This looks like it might be it. Doors are closing as OG slams it shut in front of Kinguin's faces. Exotic Deer and Nisha will have to try their damn hardest to keep this base alive, but defending bottom rack's not an opportunity. They move in towards mid. 17, 19, 30 seconds. These are big numbers, and I'm struggling to count them as Kinguin need to wait for their respawn timers to come through.
Yeah, this is definitely 2 set of racks, and they're gonna go for the third. They know that there's no Epi, there's no Luna. Luna feels really squishy now. No BKB as a defensive item in Hurricane Pike, but that's it. Big AA ulti, but is there any follow-up? Where's the Sanking? He's dead.
He is dead. They've got pipes. Well, they've got a pipe and a hood. But with that Ice Blast, they move high ground and clear up Seb. They were waiting around for a little while there, but I'm not sure why. Fly is caught. Katsaw, with that telekinesis grab, takes down the Visage. And they lose 1.5 lanes, 2 melee racks, 1 ranged.
Almost 3-2-2. 3-2-1 gold.
Swap from Fly? Yeah, there we go. Let's see.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
There's no funny meme numbers in here. It's all boring.
But this is gonna be one last hurrah. Gyro has Butterfly queued up, but I think he needs to go all in if somehow they can survive long enough to get him a Divine Rapier, and also Sanking purchased a gem, so they want to get rid of the Vision.
Roshan fast spawn in 25. They blink towards S4, and they've actually caught him here. With that telekinesis up, he's got Eul Scepter for the homing missile, buy some time. The damage seems to have already been done, though, as another Bloodstone Suicide arrives from the Shrek. And Kinguin, they're out on the map, they're getting pickoffs, but you called it earlier, that's a relatively empty kill. You take some Bloodstone charges away from the Leshrac, but it doesn't get you any real foothold on the map.
Yeah, they only managed to take down 2 towers, and that's it. So not enough gold, and that gold is even reduced in the current patch. So Luna actually farmed a BKB. That's gonna be great in the team fight unless she gets focused by a Lycan. Immediate smoke from OG. They're lurking around the Roche pit. Roche will respawn in a minute.
No Tail just TPs onto Shrine. This is a bit of a bait here as well. Jirax has been scouted. They should know this ward exists because they popped Necro and the Necro got a hit on it. Maybe they just weren't paying attention, but Jirax will go around the long way as Kinguin. Very interesting positioning from them. They're being scouted by a wolf, though. Luna has been seen. OG knows exactly where Kinguin are.
So does Kinguin.
Fly and No Tail. Shadow Blade forward. Oh dear. With that gem there, No Tail's dead. Oh, OG, that was an absolutely bizarre.
Meanwhile, at their base, forced to use a glyph.
Oh, you're right. The Lycan's knocking on the door. I guess that was the plan then. Try and bait that fight to happen around the Roshan while the Lycan takes the base. But unfortunately for No Tail, wasn't able to survive long enough, and in comes the big bad wolf. Katsaw dropping low, dead to Seb. Patos and Exotic Deer giving this one a bit of a chase. With that homing missile forward, I could have maybe followed through, but Jirax is still lurking around in the shadows. That's bottom tier, or top tier 3 getting pressured as well. Now, you called for a Rapier on Gyro, and I see a courier moving to the shop. But I think this might just be an Eagle song.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he just wants to get rid of the right clicks coming out from the Lycan and the Visage Birds. But I still think he should have risked it and go for a Divine Rapier. There are 2 set of Raxes down, even three Raxes, 1 range is still on the mid.
Roshan's alive. Feels like it's about time. Kinguin, like you mentioned with that gem, they've de-warded pretty much everything here. OG with no wards out on the map. Where's my Visage? No wards. No wards on Jirax. No vision here for OG at all as Kinguin, they smoke as 5. They're looking for a pick off, and this pick, this fight, this could be Roshan for them as they find S4, blow him up pretty damn quickly. Why trying to retreat away as the familiars, oh, they're in trouble. Gotta drop them on the floor. Kinguin. Illusion Rune for the Luna. They've got to defend bottom lane though, and that's the trouble. They've moved all the way from mid, like 3,000 range over towards the bottom rune area. And they can't go take Roshan now.
They're building towards BKBs. They need BKB on Seb, which he just finished. Also, Earthshaker has one queued up. Visage wants to get the Crimson Guard against the Gyro Flak Cannon, one of the best items you can get.
The Shrek 10-second BKB on S4. Things looking pretty good as bottom lane gonna reach the high ground again. Luna Illusions unable to defend as No-Tail and Jirax pairing up there to clear out the wave. Force some kind of retreat here, but it's Kinguin playing on the offensive yet again. BKB from Seb is available, but he's gonna hold it for now. No teammates in the vicinity. There was no one nearby to try and turn that fight, so dying there, not using BKB, perfectly reasonable. Keep that 10-second charge, except for the fact that he has no buyback.
Nature's Prophet's faking a TP in their base.
He's going top. This one isn't a fake. He's going in for real. Tier 3. It is open and available, but Roshan has been taken by Kinguin, and this is the way back into the game for them. Aegis and Cheese for Gyro and Luna respectively, now trying to stop the Prophet, but a BKB TP gets No-Tail out of dodge.
So that's a full butterfly for Gyro. I'm still cheering for a Divine Rapier now. I mean, he's 6,000 gold away from it, but
he'll get there.
Eventually, yeah.
Potentially he kills off No-Tail here with no BKB. Oh, he's got Shadow Blade. Do we have reveal? We do have Capsule jumping in with a dust, and yeah, that will be the end of No-Tail. Very quickly dispatching the Nature's Prophet from that top lane. Kinguin, the past, what, 6 minutes or so, they've been in the right places at the right time. They're slowly building up to a point where they've got lanes pushed out towards objectives. And with, you know, a lane and a half racked down, this is pretty impressive from Kinguin.
Their lineup will start to fall off. Lycan, he doesn't get much stronger than this.
Yeah.
Like, this is his timing, or his timing has already passed, because how this game is going, it's looking really good for Kinguin right now. You have a Prophet who's the core, and Lesh doesn't scale that well. Yes, he can get a ton of the items, but still. 31 or pressuring the tier 3s right now.
They get one hit. One hit on the tier 3. 96% HP, 4%. There we go. That's the pressure. OG. Where are we heading now? 3 Bloodstone charges on S4. Unfortunate for him, but No-Tail. Nullifier. In towards Exotic Deer. Katsor here with the lift back. Fisher will hold the Luna in place for now, but she's got BKB Cheese. This is a hard kill in any circumstance. Seb moves in, but the damage, look at the physical right clicks, and S4 is BKB, not really doing too much here against the Luna Gyro. He will turn back towards El Sash and take that AA with him, but Patos force in with the Burrow Strike.
Suicide.
Bloodstone Suicide, is it ready? Oh, it is. And that's another one. Radiant losing out on their mid-range barracks, though. A bit of damage coming their way. OG losing their pace, losing their momentum. You talked about this Lycan and the kind of window has started to close. He's like a fat man down a water slide. He needs some butter or oil to try and get him that lube down, you know?
Oh, Gary. Well, Luna was almost dead because she didn't have a butterfly, but
you okay?
managed to use the cheese. Now she has a full butterfly, so that's going to be a lot of damage mitigated with the evasion. They have a solar crest which pierces through the evasion. It's called accuracy for your info.
Thank you. Today I learned. Kinguin, front foot. Let's go. Let's go. Exotic Deer, level 3 Eclipse ready. Nisha, BKB down to 5 seconds, which is a little bit sad for the Gyro. But these BKBs have been doing absolute wonders. And OG, it feels like they've got to fall back on what they were doing earlier in the game. Side lanes, keep them pushed. Make sure the Kinguin really only have one avenue of attack, which is smoke ganks or running down one lane. Else they have to come back and keep addressing the split push from OG. There's no tail in a dangerous position.
Oh, yeah, they found him, but nothing happened. No, I was not wrong.
Yeah, they saw him. They found him. He gets his TP out though.
So Crimson Guard is finished on Visage. That's gonna mitigate the damage from Luna, Moonglaves, and Flak Cannon. Now that I'm thinking of Gyro's build, it could have been a bit better if you decided to go for, let's say, that Aghanim Scepter and Mjolnir build, which is popular against a lot of summons and the illusions.
Yeah, like against familiars and all of Lycan's crap. That would have been pretty cool, actually. Well, not this time around. Satanic Rapier is what Nisha has queued up. Looking for that long game. Game number 3 here in a best of 5, proving to be much closer than the previous 2. There's OJ? Yeah, OJ Simpson. Apparently he's in this game. OG unable to get that momentum and convert it into the win. They wanted to close this one out by dinner time, but it looks like we might be going a distance here.
That's 4 BKBs.
Who's missing one? Just the Visage, right? Yeah.
Visage. Have you ever called him Visage?
I think I used to when I first started casting.
I think Valve is gonna make a new patch how that word is pronounced.
They need to do it for Dagon as well, because there's no like accepted pronunciation of Dagon. Some people say Dagon. Some people say Dagon. They need one for that. But they also need one. They said, you know, it's Aegis, not Aegis. They need one for Eon Disc and Ether Lens as well. Or are they just going to accept those as correct pronunciation?
Isn't Eon Disc the correct one?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, how do you even say this?
Aeon Disc.
Aeon Disc.
It's the same thing, right? The AE is the same as Aegis. Like, it's meant to be Aegis, Eon Disc, and Ether Lens. That's like correct pronunciation, but you know, the Americans come along and they bastardize everything and they ruin all the English words. Now it's Aegis. But it's better than Aegis, I'll say that now. Looking at you, Mr. Toby-Wan.
Yeah, I think I've called it in every single possible way. Aegis.
You just copy what the other caster says, right? Consistency, that's what matters. As long as everyone's saying the same thing, it's all fine.
Yeah, let's get back into the game.
Alright then, what's happening?
Any big items? Gyro getting closer to his Satanic. They're gonna catch him.
That split up.
They unlock him? Yes, they can.
No way. He has no buyback.
Are you serious?
He has no buyback. 65 gold until he has buyback. Oh, Nisha, dead for 80 seconds. This can't be how it ends for Kinguin. They've done so well coming back into this game. That is an absolute disaster.
Do the countdown. 47.
Let's just open it up. 43, 42, 41. Exotic Deer pops the BKB. 40. Tries to turn around and fight. 37 as Big Netted No Tail. He's got his BKB going and the glaives are bouncing and they get the kill. 31 seconds until the Gyro can return. But OG still looking pretty strong. BKB Jirax up and running. Turns back to fight. 22 seconds for Gyro to come back alive. But Kinguin are holding their base for now. As a 4-staff down to the low ground as Jirax retreats 10 gold away from Gyro buyback. He might not need it at this point. They will catch Jirax, but it's Katsuo who's turned around on until the epicenter of Patos arrives, killing off the familiars. Birds are dropping. Fly turns to fight, but it's S4. Stuck in the middle with you. Exotic Deer and Elder Sash clear him up as Seb will retreat. Nothing gained there by OG apart from what, a top tier 3 and a Ranger Axe, but this top lane still stands, and so do the tier 4s as Gyro has buyback available now.
I saw 2 gems on some. Who had it?
Sand King has 1. We can have a look. Sand King has 1, and I don't see the other one. Career?
There has been...
There's one in the floor. There's one in the Radiant base. One on the floor. There it is. So Kinguin hold. One hero down, and they hold.
The Roche will respawn in a minute, so this is good for OG. All the heroes will be out.
Is this a big fear now for OG? The fact that they were 5v4 and they couldn't close out the game?
Yeah, well, that was the solo echo on Gyro just to lock him down for not being able to use a BKB.
Yeah.
Let's see what any big items on the side of OG. There should be a Bloodthorn on Nature's Prophet soon, and AC on the Lycan, but they're not gonna have a buybacks then.
I guess the other way to look at it is, from OG's perspective, obviously, we have perfect info.
Yes.
We know Gyro doesn't have buyback, but I guess OG, when you're moving up high ground, you're 5v4, you're kind of towing that line, making sure that if Gyro buys back, you're not out of position completely. So they could have potentially, you know, all-in onto tier 4s, all-in for the team fight, stomped Kinguin and won the game there, but they didn't know. We knew, but OG didn't. So...
yeah, that's a good point.
Thinking back on it, makes a lot more sense now as OG tried to prep themselves again. Mid lane, bot lane, pushed in towards Raddy base. Top lane being dealt with by No Tail. CTP's back home. Familiars scouting Roshan. The big man is alive with Refresher Shard this time around. And Kinguin pinging it out. They see Roshan there.
They have a bird on Roche.
They sure do.
And they know where they are because he just used the Ice Vortex.
The bird dies to the glaives.
They're not going to be there in time. This Roche is going to go down. They have no global presence besides Nature's Prophet. That's a Refresher Shard.
Here comes Jirax. You've got to respect the Earthshaker. Roshan dropping low, down to 500 HP. They move forward, catching out S4, but he BKB's up, and they've got the Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard already. Seb does take down the Ancient Apparition as No Tail. He's moved in bottom. Nullify and Orchid in towards that Sand King. Pops his BKB to try and stand and fight the other fight. The second one in the mid lane, though. There's the Force into Echo. Aegis of the Immortal on this Gyro, but he's going to die. The first life gone. No Tail gone for 75 seconds. And Kinguin coming into battle around the Gyro, but the Fisher blocks them off. The cheese eaten up by Nisha. Double Force stab away and Patos. Burrow strike back as the Lycan moves forward. But Jirax jumps the Rubik, slaps him around a little bit there, and Rubik's dead for 80. Luna with no BKB, double Force again. They are shifting these heroes around the map as the Blink Burrow from Patos catches Seb. He's got AC, but no pipe or BKB, and that will be the end of the Lycan. OG with 2 heroes gone for quite some time, and Kinguin chasing forward. This is their time to shine. They're hitting their stride as they take out 3 of OG, and again, no objectives secured.
They've taken down the, Aegis. There's no cheese, and someone popped a Refresher Shard. I did not see who did it.
I guess Gyro for a second BKB or
probably,
but I didn't see it either.
No buybacks on Nature's Prophet, nor on Seb. Like, this is all in game. Who loses the next fight will lose the game.
There is the Visage. S4 shoving in bottom lane, trying to force Kinguin come back and deal with them. Exotic Deer doesn't BKB, and this might prove to be an awkward situation, but S4's getting ice blasted here. In TP's the Nature's Prophet. S4 dead. Daddy, Mr. No Tail, very big and very strong. Kills off the Ancient Apparition over towards the Dire base, though. Nisha with a double damage rune going to work. Fisher blocked in. A Lotus Orb will return the Soul Assumption to fly. This is a ranged Rax going down, though, as Nisha thinks about the melee, but they don't have the reinforcements anywhere nearby. No Tail, he TP's top, gets 2 hits, and then TP's out. Oh, does he? No. No. Does he? Heck.
And this play is really not worth it. Even if you get 5-10 hits and still die, if you don't kill the Rax, it's just not worth it. Especially if you don't have a buyback.
Yeah, dead for 70 seconds again. Luna, Gyro, Sand King. 3 heroes with buyback, and everyone else is without. Lycan, Furion, and Leshrac, all 800 to 900, even 1,000 gold away from it. Earthshaker is closing in on a buyback of his own. This game is getting very, very interesting. 2k net worth lead for Kinguin now, as they are moving forward towards the Luna. She has to BKB here, surely. Oh, no, just 4 staffs over the Fisher. Okay. Familiars don't catch up. And the mid lane line is drawn. Pings are thrown out. And high ground about to be breached again.
Oh, no Lycan ulti. No Prophet for 30 seconds. They might go for tier 4s now.
There is Nisha. Not really the highest damage values coming out of this gyro, but with the call down onto S4 and Fly, Patos misses the burrow strike. He may have opened himself up for a bit of a downfall here as the Earth Split will land, and Jirak's Echo Slam does a little bit, but not a lot. Exotic Deer turns for the Eclipse, Flies tanky though with that Gravekeeper's Cloak. And they secure themselves the melee racks, the full racks in mid. But here we go. There's a Fisher. Split Earth lands. Exotic Deer. Manta, get away. Still no BKB, and Nisha trying to go to work with the aggressive Force Staff. Jirak pushes the gyro into the enchant totem. Epicenter will try to take that S4, but he's tanky. Lostrak stays alive. Turns back on the Patos and Kinguin. They overstep their bounds. Gyro has to buy back. Luna has to buy back because they now need to defend their base. Up against OG with no Sand King for 100 seconds. No buyback for 7 minutes. OG, a sigh of relief it feels like from these lads, as Kinguin have given them another win condition.
And no one has a buyback besides Earthshaker and the Gyro, but Gyro needs the... Well, he's gonna need the buyback, and no Divine Rapier on him yet.
What's his money like? 5.6 thousand. Definitely saving up towards it. S4 back up to 6 Bloodstone charges now as he dipped down to like 3 at one point. But he's finding them little by little, though. They're pinging, they're aiming. They want S4, no BKB for 5. In comes the Telekinesis. Oh, that's it, he's done. Buyback is available, and he's got Boots of Travel, so potentially here we see that Lostrak come into the fight. Glyph forced with the tier 4s being pressured by the Lycan, and there's the Gyro. Returns to the battle, but Rubik, how's he died? No Tail.
Yeah, No Tail, same spot. Oh, Big Daddy.
Well, 2 heroes dead for 60 and 80.
They're gonna wait for that because the Nisha bought back, so this favors OG a lot more, and the Glyph is used, so they're gonna wait it out, maybe farm the buyback on Lycan if possible.
How far is he? Oh, not that far.
1,000.
Not that far. 1,000 gold away. Ah, that's fine. Oh, dearie me. 622 unreliable gold. Bounty runes will help out a little bit. Luna and Gyro. Full Satanic for Luna. She knows she has no buyback for 6 minutes, so just buys out completely.
500 gold away from Divine Rapier. That could change the things. Has the clarity to sell so far, yet so close.
Oh, look at the Wolves. He's gone for the Wolf Talon. Oh, in onto the Gyro, the Enchant Totem Echo. Nisha in trouble and dead for 110. This is OG's time. They've got 5 alive. The buyback from Prophet, of course, was expended, but Exotic Deer with the Eclipse coming out, not doing a hell of a lot here. Turned around on immediately now by S4, and the magic damage too much to handle. This has to be it now, Lacoste.
That's a game. He got caught out of position. 150 gold away from a Divine Rapier, farming that aggressively with no vision. And look at the vision from OG.
They see everything. The Great Wall of Wards here from OG as GG is called. And ESL 1 Birmingham, you're going to have OG with you. They qualify through the closed European qualies, taking down Team Kinguin as they had a nice little road through, defeating the final tribe. And then the Polish lads in a best of 3 and a best of 5.
Yeah, this is the